Great costumes, guys. Get ready for this one. Welcome to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Ram Trucks. We are hoping for treats, not tricks tonight in Flagstaff, Arizona. Both of these teams coming off wins. We're talking about Idaho and number 21, Northern Arizona, an FCS battle on this Halloween night. Prime tailgating weather outside, inside the Walkup Skydome. I mean, no better costume, right? Just grab your popcorn and let's go. Let's take a look at the Big Sky standings. Both the teams that you're going to see tonight were playoff teams 1 year ago, and right now they're battling, trying to make it back-to-back FCS playoff appearances, with Montana right at the top of the Big Sky standings, one of the deepest conferences in FCS football. Let's go. Happy Halloween, everybody. Courtney Lyle alongside All-American running back Rini Angolia. And you talk about the playoffs. That's what these two teams are looking for. What are scenarios for these two?
Yeah, so for Idaho, no at-large team last year made the playoffs with 5 losses. That's where Idaho sits. You can't think about that, though. You got to win tonight and just win out and just get in the conversation. For Northern Arizona, 8-4 got them in last year, so if they can finish this season winning 3 of their last 4, they're in as well.
Yeah, let's talk about this NAU team, and both teams have versatile playmakers. Yeah. For NAU, Colby Katzis, you've got to watch out for number 11.
Love him. He's a threat in many ways. Vertical threat because of his speed. They will stretch the field with him. Will get in the slot, can make catches across the middle, and they use him in the jet sweep game a lot. They give him that little pop pass so it goes down as a reception. He had 8 touches last week. I think tonight probably 12 to 15 is what we're going to see with Katzis, but the offense has to go through him tonight. He's dynamic.
Yeah, you have got to know where he is on the field at all times if you are playing this NAU team. Well, the versatile playmaker on the other side for Idaho, it's somebody that Rini has not shut up about all week, Elijah Cummings.
Whenever we can highlight running backs, I love it. They call him Turbo. He's about 5'9", 185. It's like that perfect size. Great quickness, acceleration. He's an every down back. He's got exceptional hands out of the backfield. Caught 4 receptions for 100 yards last week. Talking about touches with Katzis, same thing with Cummings. Had 12 last week. He's got to be in about that 15 to 18 range tonight, but he's a game breaker, can take it the distance. The hardest thing in football court is to tackle a really good skilled player in space, and Cummings is one of those guys. We're going to see a lot of Elijah Cummings tonight for Idaho.
Yeah, he's got all the moves. His toolkit is giant, and he's ready to make some plays. Has battled injuries this year, but he's healthy and ready to go on this Halloween night. And we are ready for a spooky night in the Walkup Skydome here in Flagstaff, Arizona. FCS action on the way. Idaho and Northern Arizona on the way.
ESPN College Football is presented by Ram, official sponsor of the College Football Playoff.
Well, 2 nights ago, the Student Athletic Advisory Committee here at NAU held its 3rd annual trick-or-treat. They had over 1,500 parents and kids inside the Skydome, but tonight, football is back on the main stage. And these two programs, of course, both made the FCS playoffs last year, and it was actually Idaho who was winning this matchup. They've won the last 2 against Northern Arizona.
Yeah, and then, of course, Jason Eck leaves, takes that New Mexico job. That's just part of the business, right? You're going to lose coaches, you're going to lose players, and but Coach Thomas Ford comes back home. He was the running back coach here, and they'll get it going again here for sure.
Brian Wright is in his 2nd season leading NAU, and last year was their first 8-win season since 2013. What a way to start.
And he's very hands-on. He coaches the quarterbacks, calls the plays, so he's one of those head coaches very involved in the game plan.
And you mentioned it, Thomas Ford. He is not a stranger to Idaho. He's been here before just a couple of years ago, and actually a lot of guys who entered the portal when there was a coaching change took themselves out because they wanted to play for him again.
Yeah, kept 56 letter winners on that roster. And then Matt Linehan, who was the offensive coordinator last year for Idaho, he retained him as well.
So Idaho wins the toss. They elect to defer, so they'll get the ball to start the 2nd half. And Northern Arizona will start the game with the football again. The Lumberjacks of NAU looking for at least 3 more wins this season to kind of pad that resume and hopefully get themselves into the FCS playoff. Idaho, they need to win out and just see what happens. And this one booted into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So Ty Pennington, he's one of the captains for Northern Arizona. He is their quarterback. He's the highest graded quarterback in the Big Sky Conference.
Yeah, he's a true dual threat. He's a bigger, stronger quarterback, 6'2", 210, 215. He'll do quarterback power, some zone read. Has a very nice arm, can throw it as well.
He is 10th in FCS in passing yards, total passing yards on the season, 4th in the conference in touchdowns.
Coach Roy talked about his decision making, how quick he processes the game. That really is what sets him apart at that quarterback position.
He's got Seth Cromwell in the backfield with him. And Cromwell gets the first touch of the game for NAU, falls down around the 30-yard line, a pickup of 5.
And Cromwell's another back on film, watching him. Boy, very excited getting to watch him tonight. 5'10", 215, good power, and they're going to go with a little pace here on offense, a little tempo.
Back-to-back touches for Cromwell, and a big hole across the 50-yard line, forced out at the 45-yard line by Hayden John.
Yeah, Cromwell's an old-school back to me, the way he runs. Watch the stiff arm at the end. I love the use. Good blocking up front, a little inside zone. Has the ball in the outside hand, the proper hand. That frees that inside hand, that right hand, the stiff arm. The defender coming up trying to tackle him, Hayden John.
It's a 25-yard pickup, 3 carries in a row to start this game for Cromwell. To the 40 he goes.
And so Northern Arizona has 3 backs they're going to put it. Yeah, Gossett, Hubbard, and Cromwell. And on my notes, I had Gossett and Hubbard as the power back. But man, watching Cromwell on tape, he's a power back as well with good speed in there. So they're gonna send 3 really good backs at Idaho's defense tonight.
Again, you see Brian Wright, the head coach. He is the play caller. And Cromwell, by the way, 3rd in the Big Sky in rushing touchdowns. He's had the first 3 carries to start the game. He'll flip to the other side of Ty Pennington. Pennington pulls it and throws and misfires. Jeter Purdy kind of in range, but only near target, the pass incomplete.
Yeah, he definitely looked like he was going to the young tight end, just a little miscommunication there on the route.
So 3rd down on the way.
And I would say at the 40 here, I really think he'll go for it even if they don't pick up any yardage here. So I think this call on 3rd down, he's got 2 downs to go, so I wouldn't be surprised, a little inside handoff. They might run in here with Cromwell.
Pennington's throw. Pass is caught, enough for the first down. He's spun down right over the 35-yard line, a pickup of 6, stopped by Hayden John.
Yeah, and that was the big tight end he was looking for before. On the other side, they come back, trips to that far side, to the wide side. I feel good route by Purdy.
Here's the 4th touch of the game for Cromwell on this opening drive. And this Northern Arizona team, both teams coming off of wins, bouncing back. They had lost a couple of games in a row, but Northern Arizona, they don't have any bad losses on their resume.
Yeah, Power 4 loss against Arizona State, and then 2 conference losses to Montana State and UC Davis, both top 10 teams. So yeah, good losses right there.
You mentioned the deep running back room for NAU. Darvon Hubbard is in the game now, number 4. Pennington looking to throw, got pressure coming, lets it fly, checks it down to Hubbard, who dives forward past the 30. Still needs about 5 more yards for the first down, stopped by Isaiah King.
And Isaiah King, the linebacker, number 4 for Idaho. Read it, recognize it, and react. Exactly what he does, because if King doesn't make this tackle, this is probably going for a touchdown out. Shoot, look at all the offensive linemen out in front of him. Tremendous job by Isaiah King there, one of the leaders on that defense, the only returning starter on that Idaho defense to make that tackle there.
Actually was in the portal, and when he heard Thomas Ford was going to be the head coach, pulled himself out of the portal, wanted to play for him again. Cromwell back in at running back next to Pennington. Pennington pulled it at the last moment and then just is taken to the ground hard by Zach Kratzer.
And 89, Matthias McLean, the defensive end, made that play. He crashed down so hard. Pennington made the right decision to pull it because McLean was right there to make the tackle. Won't get credit for the tackle, but McLean made that play.
And Matthias McLean is having the best season of his career. He is second in the Big Sky in TFL. So 51-yard field goal attempt for Samuel Huntsicker. His career long is 50. And it's no good. So the opening drive for NAU, no points coming out of it.
Yeah, that hurts. They moved the ball well. Give that Idaho defense credit. They bent a little bit, but didn't break.
Field goal is no good. Idaho on offense for the first time when we come back. Well, the Weatherford Hotel, one of a couple, two haunted hotels here in Flagstaff, Arizona. Ooh. They say that a woman has been seen floating around one of the ballrooms. Apparently, there was a couple honeymooning that was murdered in the 1930s. They see them sometimes. Fortunately, Disney Global Travel did not put us at that hotel.
I thought it was just for Halloween, and you're like, no, people stay there. I'm like, yeah, no, thank you.
Well, Idaho, first time they're on offense tonight, and Joshua Wood, it's been so important. He is back healthy. He is back at quarterback. He's a captain for the Idaho Vandals.
Yeah, sprained that ankle versus Montana in that game and just threw them off kilter for the offense for sure.
Again, an Idaho program that's just trying to win out and see what happens when it comes to the playoffs. Elijah Cummings gets the first touch. This is why you get him the football. Tripped up just short of midfield by Quentin Moten.
Well, we said they call him Turbo, and you see why. And I tell you what, if Quentin Moten, number 7, for Northern Arizona doesn't make that tackle, Elijah Cummings probably takes that to the house. Excellent blocking, good vision by Cummings. Just an inside zone where he can use his eyes, square those shoulders, find that hole and go.
Their goal to get him 15 to 20 touches per game, and they can do that in a number of different ways. Cummings. Look at how he hits the hole and spins around the 45-yard line, 3 yards short.
And he does a little jump step right in the hole. He's got patience. He's not in a hurry, but he's quick, if that makes sense. So he finds the hole, looks at his little jump step, and then squares those shoulders and goes nicely.
In our production meeting this week, that was the first person Rini mentioned, and his face lit up as a former running back. Wood looking for help, can't find it, throws it away.
Just a really smart play from Joshua Wood as he's outside the pocket, knows, listen, I'm not going to take a sack, throw this thing away. Good job.
So now 3rd and 3 on the way for Idaho.
Yeah, and should say Joshua Wood is very athletic. He's a dual threat to make a play with his feet. They're trying to hold him back a little bit because they don't want to get him hurt, but I would roll him out and give him a little run pass option here on 3rd down. Maybe flood a zone, but we'll see as the referees hold the game up here. Big Sky crew chatting.
Game clock operator, please put 9 minutes and 52 seconds on the game clock and start on the snap. Thank you.
We never like it when they add time.
Yeah. That's Robert Quello, who is our referee today, this Big Sky crew.
But yeah, getting back to what you had asked, I think use Joshua Wood's feet as an attribute here, but we'll see what they do.
Nate Thomas is now the running back with Joshua Wood. Wood has carried it 49 times this season. They need 3 yards. And puts a man in motion. Wood towards the near side, incomplete. Nolan McWilliams was the only one close.
And they ran the smash concept is what it is. You got a receiver underneath, and then you got the receiver come over the top. So you have a high-low, but it was really good coverage. You see receiver underneath in the flat, receiver on top, but just tremendous recognition by Northern Arizona defensively. Good coverage, just nowhere for Joshua Wood to go with the ball.
So LJ Harm, who is a left-footed punter, on to punt for Idaho with Isaiah Eastman back, as neither team getting points on their opening drive. Eastman calling for the fair catch. And so NAU is going to get a second opportunity. Missed a field goal, a 51-yard field goal on their first drive. This Northern Arizona team, last year, such a great season for them. Their first one under Brian Wright. Their first 8-win season since 2013, and they got off to a fast start at 4-1.
Yeah, and they're in a good position right here. We talked about it in the open and also talked about their losses. So you might look and say, oh, they're 5-3, but you can't really have 3 better losses in the FCS, and the committee definitely looks at that. But again, you got to finish this season out strong here, and you got to take it 1 week at a time. So this is an important game for both these programs tonight.
Yeah, their losses to Arizona State and then ranked Montana State and UC Davis, who are both top 6 teams at the time. Ty Pennington hands it off to Seth Cromwell, who was productive on the first drive. That's a big run, steps out around the 25.
And then left side of that offensive line, 72, Ethan Kramer is one of the captains. He's old school, he's tough. Excellent blocking there. I think, my 53-year-old body could have got a couple yards through that hole.
I'd like to see that. Pennington lets it fly, and the pass caught for the first down inside the 40. On his knees was Isaiah Eastman, a pickup of 14.
Yeah, and Eastman just zone coverage on the back end there by Idaho. Eastman just finds the soft spot. Pennington puts it right on him.
Going quickly, they'll swing it out to the flat. Colby Katzis, his first touch of the game, and actually a loss on the play.
And they're going a little quicker tempo than I think we anticipated watching them on film. And there's Katzis right there. And yeah, you get a loss, but you'll take that chance because you just got to put the ball in his hands. But I do think the running game with Cromwell, stick with that. That zone running, wide zone, inside zone, pound the middle a bit. That's going to force the safeties to come up and help in run support, and that's where I think you can really get Colby Katzis loose.
He's already had 2 big runs, a 25-yard run and a 19-yard run. Katzis in motion, they give it to him. Turning the corner. Short of the first down, but makes it to the 46, stopped by Braden Rice.
And you see the blocking on the perimeter. And Seth Cromwell, I'd love to see the star running back when he's not running the ball out there blocking. It just shows you the unselfishness.
And Ty Pennington asking to go fast. The umpire's going to hold him.
Well, and if Northern Arizona did not substitute, and that's what Coach Brian Wright's saying, they should not have held that for Idaho.
Cromwell. No, excuse me, Pennington pulled it really close to the marker.
Boy, they marked him short. I thought the second effort, but he really fought for that. We talked about how big and strong he is. He doesn't go down easy. Get a look at it here. He's got to get to the 49-yard line, the nose of that football. He's not down. Boy, that was close.
4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're 13 of 21 on 4th down this season. Pennington keeper. That's enough to move it.
I'm a little surprised, though, replay didn't stop it. And they, replay looks at every play. Surprised they didn't take a little closer look at that one because it was 4th down, but no harm, no foul. Pennington keeps it. Keeps the drive alive. Yeah,
this is a team, Brian Wright will be very aggressive on 4th down. They use analytics. They rely heavily on that. And so now NAU at midfield. Remember, missed a 51-yard field goal on their first drive. Pennington looking to throw. Lets it fly towards the near side, and Eastman, and that pass broken up, incomplete. In coverage was Zach Wustig, the transfer from Portland State.
On Wustig, outstanding job. At the last second, he looks back and plays the ball, so you can contact. They're not going to call penalty on you, and he's able to get that left hand in there and knock it away. Really good coverage. It's very hard to defend because that ended up being a back shoulder throw by Pennington to Eastman. So tremendous coverage there.
2nd and 10, looking for the 40-yard line if you're NAU. Cromwell up the middle. They give him progress to about the 46-yard line. They have relied heavily on Seth Cromwell on these first 2 drives of the game. And now 3rd down on the way. We're NAU tonight, 1 for 3. It's a movement. Flags out.
Well, it should be on Matthias McLean, 89, because he caused the right tackle to move. It's a point of emphasis this year.
89 to the defense, causing reaction. It's a 5-yard penalty.
You know, in the old days, defenders would do this and it would always go false start on these big tackles, but that's the proper call there. And big Steve Eakin says, hey, it's on him, not me.
So now NAU needs a yard to move the chains.
Yeah, and this is 100% 4-down territory here for Brian Wright. So I'd feed this one to Seth Cromwell.
I go pistol set here with Karan Gossett behind Pennington. Pitch out to Isaiah. Eastman was looking to throw, running out of time. And just forced down by Donovan Parham. And there's a late flag on the near sideline on the Idaho side.
Well, the headline judge ran into an Idaho coach because it's right under our box. So Northern Arizona is going to get bailed out here because if you contact an official, I believe it is not a warning. It's a 15-yard penalty.
Sideline warning. Idaho, no yard.
So dodged a bullet there for
warning.
Idaho. But for me, for Northern Arizona, it's like a little too cute, right? I mean, you're 3rd and short, and we're like, oh, they're going to go for it. Instead, they try to run that little reverse, and it looked like Eastman was going to throw the ball. You lose all that yardage, and now you have to punt it now.
Pitch out to Isaiah.
Take a look at it, yep, in the all-22, and just great recognition by Idaho defensively. But you've been running it so well, Court. So, yeah, that one's a little baffling to me.
Well, Ben DeQuilla punting, Nolan McWilliams back for Idaho. And lets this one go into the end zone. So 2 drives end with no points for NAU. Idaho's second turn when we come back to Flagstaff. Pretty solid lineup tomorrow on ABC. And that Oklahoma-Tennessee game, always interesting. We love a good outside storyline, right? So Josh Heupel facing his old team again.
Yes.
They played last year.
And you just look at the percentages, right, with a win, with a loss, how important these games are for these 2 teams. So there's a bunch of teams in this predicament. How good has Joey Aguilar been for Tennessee this year?
Yeah, that's great. We got to see him a couple of times, obviously long career at App State, yes. Interesting path to Tennessee, but the Vols will take it. Back here in Flagstaff, Arizona, Courtney Lyle and Rini Angolia with you. Idaho on its second drive didn't get any points out of its first. Nobody scored in this one, obviously. And there's Elijah Cummings, who is their big-time playmaker, stopped by Quentin Moten.
But I was going to say, they've been good on first down, though. You know, 4 or 5 yards on first down keeps you ahead of the chains.
Joshua Wood, the dual threat quarterback, dropping back, looking to throw, directing traffic, evades a tackle, leaps out around the 34-yard line. He's got the first down.
And that's what I love to see from Joshua Wood. Gets out of containment, sees, okay, I can pick up some yards with my feet, but then once he knows he's got the first down, get out of bounds, don't take an unnecessary hit. It's a good job.
And that's something they've been worried about because he's missed a couple of games with an injury. They are okay with him running. They've taken out some of those designed runs to take some hits off of him.
And you talked about when he got hurt. I think they've played 5 quarterbacks as Idaho this season, so definitely don't want to lose Joshua Wood. He's very important to this offense.
Nate Thomas lines up behind Wood in this pistol set. Thomas's touch. Tripped up. I don't think he gained anything on the play. Michael Hurst got there.
And Hurst is a free safety, number 2 for Northern Arizona. I mean, he comes up and will hit you in run support. I love to see safeties like that. One of the best tacklers on that defense.
Spent 3 seasons at Portland State and now in his first season with NAU.
I mean, you're from Southern California. You better be able to hit, right? Tough.
Big family, too. 3 sisters, 1 brother in the Hurst family. 2nd and 10. Joshua Woods got it, and he's dropped for a loss. Michael Hurst, a loss of 3.
Yeah, it's like he knew we were talking about him. He said, I'm going to make another play for you guys. Again, a free safety, 6 foot, 185, can run, but he's really good in the run box. Comes up, and a lot of that is just game film study, reading the play, recognizing it, and reacting to it, and then making the tackle, and that's exactly what Michael Hurst did.
This Northern Arizona defense, they've had a lot of injuries. They've had a lot of new faces.
Yes.
It's taken them a little longer to find their identity.
They've definitely struggled this season. They looked much better last week in their win against Idaho State.
3rd down. Wood looking to pass. He does, right over the middle of the field, overshoots Nolan McWilliams, and 4th down coming.
In that time, defensive coordinator Adam Clark sent some blitzes there. Good job by Idaho to pick him up. It's man-to-man coverage on the back end, and I think the receiver, McWilliams, broke that route off just a little bit. Joshua Wood thought he was going to go a little deeper with it with no safety in the middle because it's man-to-man, and there's a little out of sync there. It goes incomplete.
And they told us to keep an eye on Nolan McWilliams because that wide receiver room is a bit thin today. No Tony Harsty, he's still out, and then Emerson Cortez Menjivar is out for this game. Oh, blocked! NAU's got it into the end zone for the touchdown! Markel Martin, a freshman out of Dallas.
Court, not only did he block it, he took the ball off the foot of the punter. Ball never hit the ground. Perfectly done. You cannot block a punt any better. We'll look at it after the kick, but biggest play of that young man's career to this point for sure. Young man, he's right here. Watch him. He's going to come from this spot. He's going to take it right off the punter's foot. Thank you very much. Into the end zone. Northern Arizona leads it 7-0.
It was Ryan Fontaine who blocked the punt and took it into the end zone. It's the first time that NAU has a TD on a block punt since 2018.
And takes it for the touchdown, too, which is tremendous. I mean, usually you get there, right? Block it, and everyone's scrambling to try to pick it up. He just took it right off his foot. I mean, what an outstanding job by that young man. And you can see he's grinning ear to ear.
A little trick or treat.
Yeah, very much a treat for him tonight.
And that's how we get the first points of the ball game here in Flagstaff. He just swiped this out of midair, Ryan Fontaine.
He's right here. Watch the get off he gets, and he's going to take it right off the foot of the punter. Beautiful. And the up back, which is a lot of times called a personal protector. I did that in college. He stepped down. He should have stepped left. Fontaine says, you're going to step down. I'm going to come right off your hip and take this ball right off the punter's foot. I mean, that is exactly how you coach it. Perfectly done.
So now Idaho's got to regroup here. Joshua Wood back out there with Nate Thomas to his right. Wood rolling. Pass complete at the 40 for the first down, and a lot more over to Nolan McWilliams, forced out across midfield.
And you talked about McWilliams last time out, Court. I mean, he was playing in high school last year at this time. A true freshman. It's a very young wide receiver room. Injuries, as we talked about. So they're looking for Nolan McWilliams to step up. Does a nice job on the crossing route. Joshua Wood waits till he crosses the defenders and puts it on him.
It's somebody that head coach Thomas Ford has known since he was in 4th grade. Wood in trouble. Wow, still able to make the play. Another first down. Chance Bogan, the tight end, makes the catch at the 30.
And that's all Joshua Wood there. I mean, he's going to run the ball. He sees green turf in front of him, but he keeps his head up, which all good quarterbacks do. He's going to get hit late, too. He knows it. Not a lot, but enough that we've seen penalties thrown for that. But, you know, that peripheral vision from Joshua Wood to see Chance Bogan, his big tight end on the left sideline, to put it on him to pick up that first down. Outstanding play.
5th catch of the season for Chance Bogan. Nate Thomas bounces to the outside. First down for Thomas. Out at the 15. And Idaho can say hello to the red zone.
Nate Thomas and Elijah Cummings, they're both about the same size, same build. They look like the same back. And maybe Nate Thomas is like Turbo 2, because he did a good job there, turning the corner, good speed, picking up that first down.
Idaho in the red zone, by the way, 22 of 24 with 17 touchdowns this season. Wood throwing. Catch is made at the 15 by Marquand McCraney.
And let's remember, the red zone defense for Northern Arizona has been their bugaboo all year. They hadn't had any stops until last week against against Idaho State, where they got 2 big red zone stops in that game.
We'll see if NAU's defense can get a stop here. Idaho trying to respond after NAU blocked a punt and returned it for a touchdown. 1 quarter in the books here in Flagstaff. Primetime presented by Ram Trucks. Northern Arizona up on Idaho, but Idaho in the red zone right now. Matt Linehan is their offensive coordinator, and up in the booth. He actually played quarterback at Iowa, threw for over 10,000 yards. He has the career records for attempts and completions.
Yeah, I called one, I hate dating myself, in 2014 when Idaho was still in the FBS. He threw for 342 yards in that game against Texas State when he was a freshman. Tremendous career at Idaho for Matt Linehan.
Well, he's going to like how his quarterback is doing on this drive. Joshua Wood, 3 for 3 for 47 yards. Started the game 0 for 3. Option look, can't pitch it out to Cummings. Got the first down inside the 5.
But just a great decision by Joshua Wood. That's just speed option to the right. Brandon Wong, 35 for Northern Arizona, takes the pitch back. Well, there's no one there for quarterback, so good thing Joshua Wood didn't pitch. A little fake there, and then turns it up. Ran option. Outstanding right there.
He's out of Graham, Washington, started at Fresno State. There are his parents watching on. They like that it's now about a 4-hour commute to Idaho to see him.
And don't call him Josh.
That's right, Joshua. Mom's orders. Inside the 5. Graves in motion. Wood. 2 yards short. Stopped by Bobby Nivens.
So that time they went speed option to the wide side of the field. I actually think if Joshua Wood there would have flipped that ball out, the back could have scored on that one, but Nivens kind of played both and did a nice job there defending that for Northern Arizona.
2nd and goal on the way as they pick up 2 yards here. And so Rocco Koch is in at quarterback. They've used him like a wildcat quarterback, but he did throw a touchdown in their last game. Joshua Wood and Koch in the backfield. They snap it to Koch and he runs. Northern Arizona knew it. Fo Ho Ching, loss of 1.
You know, they had big 71 Howard Stedford in their offensive lineman. He goes out. This looked more off tackle. It looked like if Rocco Koch followed his big lineman 71 with that kickout block, he scores off his tail. Instead, Koch kind of puts it up inside. Northern Arizona defends it. I think that was kind of a misread on the run by Koch.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. Koch out, Joshua Wood back in. He's got Elijah Cummings with him. 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen. And I think Brian Wright was running down to call a timeout. Yes, Northern Arizona timeout.
Northern Arizona.
So now Idaho's got a 3rd and goal coming up. What are you thinking here?
Listen, they have a really good offensive line, too, right in the middle. Nate Azzopardi, 74. Leighton Vining, the center, 50. I think you got a little push in the front. The Rocco Koch call, I like with Rocco Koch in there as that running type quarterback. You just got to kind of run where your blockers are going. But it'll be interesting here because Joshua Wood has made some nice plays with his feet. So I'm always, and you'll hear me say, give the quarterback run pass options. I don't necessarily mean run an RPO scheme, but put him out where he's got receivers in the flat on the top, and then if it breaks down, he can make a play with his feet.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive. Nate Thomas is the running back. Wide open, touchdown, Idaho. Ryan Jeziaro, the redshirt freshman out of Arizona, back in his home state.
Well, they run a little switch route. You would think that they got picked off, but the defender came underneath. They jumped the wrong guy. I mean, yeah, you just can't do that. I mean, Mikhail Greer, number 1, comes underneath. He's thinking his teammate's going to go on the top. He doesn't. They both go underneath and wide open for the touchdown.
Owen Adams on for the PAT to tie it. It's blocked. Idaho has had a punt blocked and now a PAT blocked. Fo Ho Ching get a hand on that one?
Yeah, the way he's celebrating looked like he did.
Timeout on the field.
He's one of the leaders of this defense.
Jerezio in the corner, wide open, touchdown, but they can't pay it off with the extra point as it's blocked by Fo Ho Ching.
Well, Fo Ho Ching just blocked an extra point, so NAU has blocked a punt and returned it for a touchdown, and then they get the blocked PAT.
Yeah, you know, you never want to give up the touchdown, but keep fighting. Blocked that extra point, and they did.
And Fo Ho Ching, one of the older guys on the roster, he's actually married. He's got 2 kids. He went on his mission out of high school, and that's where he met his wife when he was serving over in Spain, and they kind of call him the father of the defense. Coaches told us he's the best combo of production and leadership on the defensive side.
You see the 4-point stance from his son? I love it.
So cute.
He's ready to go.
His son thinks that all of his teammates are uncles and that he's a part of the team and on the team. So great. He's at his 3rd different college, but has found a home here and fallen into that leadership role. And him and his wife have talked about how this community has supported them and the NAU family has supported them. So cool to see that.
Yeah, no, I love it. And he's, you know, a leader of the team, really, because he's so mature and he's been through so much. Players look up to him.
Ty Pennington back on the field to lead NAU. Pass complete, first down accomplished past the 40, rolling around to about the 44-yard line is Jason Raines.
And they like Raines, good size, 6'4", 215. He's long, he's a matchup problem, can run well. Nice job finding the zone there.
NAU doesn't have an offensive touchdown. Remember, it was that punt blocked return for a touchdown. This is Karan Gossett. Loss of 1.
Yeah, 96 Zach Kratzer in there. He's one of the captains. for Idaho. Didn't make the tackle, but really is winning the line of scrimmage, playing very tough in there, that defensive tackle spot.
Well, for this Idaho defense, Thomas Ford told us a couple of keys. Limit the quarterback. They want to make him a pocket passer, eliminate explosives, and then stop the run.
And you do that by winning the line of scrimmage. The last one, stopping the run.
Pennington to the air, deep down the field, overshoots his target. Was looking for Seth Curry, Braden Rice in coverage.
Yeah, just good coverage there. Secondary.
So 3rd and 11 on the way. NAU today, 1 for 4 on 3rd down.
And we'll see if Court Dennison, the defensive coordinator for Idaho, dials up some pressure if they drop 8 here, 3rd and long.
Ty Pennington adjusting the play. Pass complete, but well short of what they needed. Marked at the 49-yard line where Joey Stout caught it.
And exactly what they did. They simulated blitz there. You saw 5, 6 guys at the line of scrimmage, and they dropped 8, rushed 3. And what that did was it forced Pennington to find that receiver underneath. Couldn't pick up the 1st down. They make the tackle, and it's exactly what Idaho wanted to do. Show him something, and then give him something different at the snap. They did that. He completed the pass, but they made the tackle. So that was well defended there by Idaho. Little chess match there between coordinators.
So NAU sends out the punt team, Ben DeQuilla, with Nolan McWilliams back for Idaho. They fake it. Did not get it. Stopped by Idaho.
Ruling on the field is the ball carrier was short of the line of the game. Turnover on down is 1st down.
And it was Trenton Fisher for Idaho that made that tackle. If he doesn't make that shoestring tackle, they pick up the 1st down. Excellent field position on the other side for Idaho. Flagstaff, Northern Arizona leads at 7-6. All special teams thus far miss field goals, right? Why not? How about a block punt? We'll take it off the punter's foot. Score a touchdown. How about, well, let's block an extra point too. Let's get involved there. And then how about let's fake a punt. But, you know, Trenton Fisher, 43 for Idaho, says, I'm going to come down the line, make that tackle a yard short to get the ball back for my offense. So, yeah, little did we know. Very special team heavy early.
I did not have a spooky special teams highlight reel on my bingo card tonight.
I did not either.
But Idaho's going to get excellent field position. On their last drive, they went down and scored and had that PAT blocked. Starting at their own 48-yard line. Wood tosses it out to McWilliams. Eaten up by the NAU defense. Quentin Moten in the area. No gain on the play.
And Moten was being blocked by Chance Bogan, and he just beat him inside, and then the rest of his help was coming inside out. So good recognition there by Northern Arizona defensively.
And for this Idaho team, any win they can get, they're trying to win out, make a case. Can't get to 8 wins, but just want to see what happens when it comes to the FCS playoffs. Wood in trouble. Gotta go, trying to get rid of it and can't. Dropped inside the 40, a loss of 8. Brandon Wong, who is back from injury, has made a big impact. He's the one that wears the green dot, the coach to player communications.
Yeah, and he's gonna come right here. Watch him shoot right up the gap and just nowhere to go for Joshua Wood. He does a really good job. Now right here, throw it away. If I'm Joshua Wood, throw that thing away. He doesn't do it, he holds on and ends up taking the sack.
Jaden Latua is able to come over and help Brandon Wong get the quarterback down, and now it's 3rd and a mile. Wood's got to throw it. Near side, can't come back and make the catch. Jesiaro.
And it's really a good throw by Joshua Wood. It was at the sticks. Jesiaro just couldn't come back enough. The timing was a little off, but that's all set up by the sack, the play before, and the aggressiveness by Northern Arizona.
So new punter in Cameron Pope now is on to punt. We saw LJ Harm punt in the first quarter. Eastman back for NAU. Eastman's gonna run it. Dragging a guy with him. In comes a flag.
I forgot we had officials. We haven't had a flag in a while in this game.
Let's see what this call is. Flag is down around the 25-yard line.
I'm gonna guess a hold or a block in the back. Just a guess.
During the turn, block of the black. Number 40 of Arizona, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul will be first down.
We'll kick off your Week 9 NFL Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern with the Countdown crew on ESPN. They'll have breaking stories, injury updates, and previews of each game. And here's our Week 9 Monday Night Football matchup. It's the Cardinals squaring off against Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the all-new ESPN app. Peyton and Eli on ESPN2. Coverage begins with NFL Live at 3 Eastern from AT&T Stadium. Then Scott Van Pelt and the Monday Night Countdown crew at 6. Dak Prescott.
Has not been the problem.
No.
It's the defense.
It's the defense.
Yeah.
And you heard Dak's comments today after Jerry Jones's comments about not working on the defense.
Yeah. Well, Jerry's got a lot of things under his umbrella that he handles.
He does.
Yeah. And I guess maybe defense isn't quite one of them right now. That's a priority, but hey, he owns the team, right? So he's going to do what he wants to do.
A pickup of 1 here for Northern Arizona. I was looking for their first offensive score of the game. It was special teams that got that 7 on the board. Pennington pulls it and throws. Pass was bobbled but caught by Isaiah Eastman at the 19-yard line. Pickup of 3. Hayden John with the tackle.
You know, we talked in the open about Colby Katzis, and really, I think, what, 1 touch tonight, maybe 2 targets. I mean, you got to try to get him the ball, and I think that's one of the issues. They haven't scored offensively. They've moved the ball up, around midfield a couple times, just can't finish drives off.
Katzis has 2 catches, but just 7 yards. They're looking for double-figure catches for him, 10 to 12 touches in this game. Pennington slammed as he let this ball release. The pass is caught about a yard short of the first down, but Pennington was absolutely drilled by Isaiah King.
And you got to admire the pressure or the ability for Pennington to stay in there. I mean, he knows he's going to get hit. I mean, Isaiah King is coming right down the barrel, but the route wasn't run far enough to pick up the first down. So once he made the catch, Raines made that catch, he gets tackled immediately, and he's short, and they got a punt. I mean, Idaho is playing some really good football right now.
D'Aquila with a nice punt, fielded by Nolan McWilliams.
Timeout on the field.
Idaho with the ball when we come back to Flagstaff. Well, here in Flagstaff is home to the Lowell Observatory, and one of their big things is the Marley Foundation Astronomy Discovery Center. It spans 40,000 square feet. It's so cool. That telescope is the one that was used to discover Pluto in February of 1930. Who knew?
Impressive.
Speaking of space,
Think she's been in there? She's probably used those telescopes.
I think she's having an out-of-world experience at this FCS game on Halloween. Courtney Lalanrini and Golia with you. Joshua Wood back to work, dumps it off to Noah Wesperenko. Just short of the line to gain. Stopped by Jalen Wesley and Bobby Nivens.
And Barenko's another one of those young receivers, just a redshirt freshman. That group's going to be really good as they get older. And A little wiser. A lot of good young wide receivers for Idaho.
It's a young team. They've got a new head coach in Thomas Ford, who serves as an assistant in a prior stint at Idaho. There's the first down. Caught by chance Bogan and gains even more yardage as he goes to the 44.
You know, Bogan's one of those tight ends, 6'3", 235, and can kind of run like a big receiver, but he's a tight end. Thomas Ford. I enjoyed speaking with him last night at the team hotel.
Not the play caller, but he did tell us that he's gotten more involved in the offensive game plan over the last few weeks. Remember, they were on a 4-game losing streak before last week in that big win over Portland State, 45-6. Reversed it back the other way to Nolan McWilliams. Nolan McWilliams going inside the 30. They direct snap this ball to Nate Thomas.
And what made that play go on that reverse is all the blocking. I mean, watch. Everyone out in front, got a nice block there. And then look at linemen out, running backs blocking. I mean, look at big offensive lineman Charlie Vleem, 68. I'd love to see linemen downfield 25 yards on a run play. And, you know, it was appropriate that that play was run right after we mentioned Thomas Ford, because the one thing he told us was, I love trick plays. I love taking shots, and that's one of the things I've told Matt Linehan that I want to do. So, pretty appropriate timing.
Yeah, and it gets him 30 yards. Nate Thomas here. Trying to get more creative offensively as they figure out whose this team is under Thomas Ford.
And that's the biggest thing when you come in as a new head coach. I know he had been here a couple years prior, but you know, you got to give your identity, your culture. You know, everyone says culture, which is tougher to do in this transfer portal era. But because your team's so young, everyone's trying to find themselves out. So they've done a nice job to this point. Obviously, the injury of Joshua Wood is what set them back a few games, and we've talked about that tonight.
Yeah, he was out for 2 of the 4 games during that 4-game losing streak. Wood under pressure, wide open is Elijah Cummings. I mean, nothing but turf in front of him. Touchdown, Idaho! "25 yards for Elijah Cummings."
If you're going to lose a player for Idaho, it better not be Elijah Cummings. I mean, we'll take a look at it after the kick. I mean, they dial up a blitz. There's Adam Clark, the defensive coordinator. Idaho does a nice job picking up, but Elijah Cummings just slides out into the right flat. And it looks like they're going to go for 2, try to get to 14 after the block. So they're going to chase that point here.
They had the blocked PAT on their last touchdown. They're 6 for 7 on 2-point conversions. Not this time. Pass batted away, so the score stays 12-7, but Idaho has its first lead of the ball game.
Yeah, trips right there, roll them out, and just can't. You know, sometimes don't chase the point, just kick it. So let's watch Cummings right here. He's just going to slide right out here. He's going to be wide open. No defender goes with him. And as I said, you do not want to leave anyone open, let alone Turbo Elijah Cummings, because he knows what to do with it once he makes the catch.
I mean, their goal coming into every game is to get Elijah Cummings the ball as much as possible.
Yeah. And they've done a nice job early tonight. You know, going back to the 2-point conversion, though, I get it, you want to make up that point, but I think it's so early in the game. Just kick it, get the point, right? That's my philosophy. Don't chase that point unless you need to. So we'll watch that and see if those 2 points end up coming back to hurt them later in the game.
Owen Forsman to kick off with Colby Katzis back for Northern Arizona. And Katzis will take it out of the end zone. He's got the 25, past the 30, steps out inside the 40. That's That's going to give NAU some nice field position.
And that's one way to get him the ball, right?
Well, Saturday's SEC on ABC College Football triple header. Texas hosting Diego Pavia and Vandy at noon. Then Georgia, Florida square off. Finally, Tennessee, Oklahoma. Each game also available on the all-new ESPN app. And don't forget, coming up on Tuesday, November 4th on ESPN, we've got the College Football Playoff Top 25 show presented by Allstate. And this is the Allstate Playoff Predictor when it comes to Vanderbilt. Did you think we'd be talking about Indiana going back-to-back in the playoff and Vanderbilt getting in the college football playoff?
No, I mean, I knew how good Vanderbilt was going to be, but not this good.
Well, Ty Pennington trying to get Northern Arizona back on top. Pass is complete at the 45-yard line, a pickup of 6 yards for Hayden Doherty. Fans, don't forget to go to ESPN.com/Allstate Playoff Predictor to check out your team's chances to make the college football playoff. I'm excited for that reveal finally.
And how important is that game, Vanderbilt, Texas, too? I mean, we talked about
absolutely
Tennessee, Oklahoma. I mean, they're all big for every team that's fighting to get into the CFP playoff, for sure.
Who are you liking in that game, Vanderbilt, Texas?
I like Vanderbilt, honestly.
Oh, anchor down. They faked the handoff to Cromwell. A pass incomplete to Colby Katzis. Hayden John in coverage. We got the news, too, before this game. Pete Thamel reporting that Arch Manning is going to start and play tomorrow, so that's great news for Texas fans.
I thought we'd see Matthew Caldwell, who was actually at Troy last year. I did a game earlier in the year where he played in that game, so thought maybe he was going to get inserted, but, yeah, they cleared Arch, so we'll see. And I've done a Diego Pavia game when he was at New Mexico State.
All right, you don't have to name drop. Come on.
No, I'm just saying, it's crazy that from New Mexico State, right, brings them to a bowl game, and then now look what he's doing at Vanderbilt. And he got everybody a year of extra eligibility because he sued as a JUCO to get that year back. So he's affected college football more ways than one. And you got to mention him for the Heisman as well.
I know, I was about to say, now he's in the Heisman conversation. Northern Arizona 0 for its last 5 on 3rd down. Cromwell looking for a hole. And he's going to be short of what they needed, marked at the 48-yard line. Still on the NAU side of the field. Titus Ringer with the tackle. And
I think you go here. This is an attitude play. Northern Arizona, to me, there's like no emotion, right? It just seems like the momentum's with Idaho. I mean, it's a 5-point game, but this is where you got an offensive line, a very experienced offensive line. You got good backs. You'd say, listen, guys, we need 2 yards. Let's move the line of scrimmage, and let's go get it, and let's get some momentum, and let's go put the ball in the end zone. But it all starts right here at 4th down.
Well, they've converted once on 4th down tonight. Pennington. I don't think he's going to get it. Idaho's defense just swarmed at and got the stop on 4th down.
The ruling on the field is the ball carrier was short of the line to gain. First down, Idaho.
And he was clearly short. So they go. This is called +1. This is quarterback power. Follow the running back. For whatever reason, that's the second time Koch did it for Idaho. He's not really using his eyes. He needs to keep this play side left. Follow the butt of Seth Cromwell, your lead back. Instead, he brings it backside and gets close, but doesn't get that first down.
So now Idaho gets to start on the NAU side of the field. Cummings scored a touchdown on their last drive. This is Nate Thomas. Like a wrecking ball through there.
And Idaho is not in a hurry here. Getting close to the 2-minute timeout. I mean, in a perfect world for Idaho, they go down, they score, don't give any time left for Northern Arizona.
They'll get the ball to start the second half,
the old
too.
2 for 1, yep. I mean, it's perfect right now for Idaho, the way this game's going here. And they're just going to take it right to the 2-minute timeout court. No hurry.
Idaho took the lead for the first time.
This is the 2-minute timeout on the field.
On their last drive. trying to add to it with 2 minutes until the half. It's the Vandals up 12-7 here in Flagstaff. You're watching ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Ram Trucks here in Flagstaff. And Idaho in position to go 2 for 1, if you will. They can use the rest of this 2 minutes in this half. They'll get the ball to start the third quarter. Just took the first lead of this game for the Vandals on their last drive. And both of their touchdowns tonight have just been wide open guys.
Yeah, been some misses in the defensive secondary for Northern Arizona for sure.
Joshua Wood hands it off to Nate Thomas. Man, he just shoots out of the hole. Yeah. First down.
Well, I told you, sometimes you got to take a second look. You think it's Cummings, but no, it's Thomas. They run very hard. I think Thomas is more of a little bit of a power back.
Well, also Cummings has longer hair.
Well,
that's I've been cheating if you can't see the number.
I didn't say they look like, but style a little bit.
20 and 28.
Thomas is a little bigger, a little bulkier between the tackle running.
Started out at South Dakota 3 seasons there before becoming a Vandal. Back-to-back carries.
And I love the patience. They're not rushing. They're going at the speed they want, but they know perfectly, let's score, let's finish this half out. Don't give Northern Arizona the ball back. And they're going to feel real good about themselves.
I think the clock had stopped. It shouldn't have. It was a running play.
Should not have. And Idaho did not want it to stop. Well, I actually looked if Northern Arizona maybe took a timeout. Brian Wright decided to stop the clock himself, because sometimes you'll do that just to try to save some time for your offense. But I don't think that's the case.
Game clock operator, 1 minute and 18 seconds on the game clock. Start on the whistle. Thank you.
Now they'll roll it. It's caught by Ryan Jesiaro on the near sideline. Still needs 1 more yard to move the chains.
That's what I was going to say. The only thing Jesiaro did wrong there, nice route, situational awareness, understand where the first down marker is. When you make that out cut, you got to be able to catch the ball when you step out of bounds to already pick up that first down. He did it a yard short. But the route was really good, just needed to be a yard deeper. And how about the throw from Joshua Wood from far hash across?
Idaho tonight 1 for 4 on third down. Cummings up the middle. First down and more to the 22.
And remember, old timing rules, so under 2 minutes after a timeout. After first down, clock stops momentarily to set the chain. So, and that offensive line doing really nice work in this first half for Idaho, really controlling the line of scrimmage. Good mixture of play calls, run and pass from Matt Linehan.
They feel like that offensive line has been one of the most consistent groups on this team. Cummings. Man, he's quick. Flipping into the end zone, touchdown. 22-yard scamper for Elijah Cummings, and he's in the end zone for the second time tonight.
Yeah, I think quick's an understatement.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this is why they call him Turbo. I mean, he just presses A button, B button. I don't play video games. Whatever button you press to give you turbo, that's what he does, because he goes through there in a hurry. And just his vision, and it's uncanny because he's got patience, but he does it with quickness and speed, which I love. Outstanding job, young man.
He does the little flip into the end zone, though.
He's done it a couple times.
Yeah, I've seen him do that a few times on film. PAT up and good. There's 28 seconds left on the clock. Remember, Idaho gets the ball to start the second half.
But, I mean, how impressive was that drive? No rush, patience. They did it mostly on the ground, a couple passes, but they stayed with the ground. How many times you see teams kind of panic when you get to that 30-second mark and they just start chucking it around and they have to settle for a field goal? Nope, we're going to stay with the run. We're controlling the line of scrimmage, and Elijah Cummings has been everything plus that we thought he was going to be.
So this is how we got our score. NAU with the blocked punt, and then it was two wide open touchdowns in a row for Idaho.
Yeah, break up, misses in the secondary for Northern Arizona. And again, Cummings is one guy. You always got to have a couple defenders knowing where he is. But this last run, great blocking, vision, exactly how you want to finish off the half. Now defensively for Idaho, come out here, stop them, 28 seconds, get into halftime, get in the locker room with all the momentum in this game. And again, you're going to start the second half with the ball.
What has stood out about NAU's offense?
Yeah, I mean, they've moved it in pockets, but no consistency. They ran the ball pretty well to start the game with Seth Cromwell. Just got away from it. And then the biggest glaring factor is Colby Katz's, just the lack of touches by him. Or targets even, for that matter.
And just 2 touches for Katzis. Pennington over the middle of the field, and it's dropped by Jeter Purdy. Would have had it around the 40. And
when you saw the captain, Dylan Lane, 21 running, because that's the one thing you can't do if you're Idaho. You can't give up a big shot over the top with under 30 seconds left. You see the linebacker or the captain, the leader, 21 running, saying, please, please, and it gets dropped by the big tight end, Purdy.
Northern Arizona's only had 1 first down in this quarter. Pennington escaping. Throws it away. 15 seconds left on the clock. Isaiah King with the quarterback pressure. We've said that a few times.
Yeah, King's been pretty impressive tonight. And there he is right there. Colby Katz is number 11. Talked to the coaches, 12 to 15 targets. That's what they want to get him. He's dangerous. When you look at those numbers tonight, not what they want from him. And, it's hard to win a game if your top player, one of your top players offensively, isn't productive.
Hubbard. Spun down inside the 25-yard line by Dylan Lane.
Whether it's been Dylan Lane, Isaiah King, the recognition from the linebackers of the plays that Northern Arizona is running has been exceptional. So what that tells me is they do a good job with film study. They know what they're going to do, but it's one thing to know it, recognize it, but then you got to react and make the play. And they've done that, especially on screen plays today. They've made really nice tackles. So, Idaho defensively, to me, playing lights out. And again, we talked about it. I mean, they're pitching a shutout because Northern Arizona's touchdown is from a block punt and special teams.
Now, this Idaho defense, second in the Big Sky Conference in total defense. They've only given up 121 yards in this first half, and their offense has almost doubled that of NAU's output. And here comes Ben DeQuilla on to punt. McWilliams fair catches. 1 second on the clock.
Well, and I like the fact that Thomas Ford called that timeout because they went after it, see if you can get a block. Punt returner probably could have let it go, got us to halftime now, but the offense got to come out, take a knee here, but they did exactly what they wanted to do to finish that half off. They got the touchdown. They're going to get the ball back to start the second half. I mean, if you're that man, Thomas Ford Jr., you're feeling pretty good about how your team played this first half.
And again, last week was so big for them. 45 points against Portland State, the most since 2023. And it looks like they've carried over some of that momentum into this game.
And they only had 1 breakdown on special teams, giving up the block punt for the touchdown. Other than that, they've played a pretty flawless first half.
They're going to take the lead into the locker room against a ranked opponent. Halftime score in Flagstaff. It's Idaho on top of a ranked Northern Arizona team. Zubin, Joey, and EJ in the studio after these messages. Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Ram Trucks. In Flagstaff, Arizona tonight, might be surprised by this score. It's Idaho up at the half over a ranked Northern Arizona team who's trying to make the FCS playoffs. Back inside the Walkup Skydome, Courtney Lyle and Rini and Golia with you. Are you surprised by this halftime score?
I am a little bit. I mean, Northern Arizona just looked flat to me in the first half, so we'll see how they come out in the second half. But Idaho played outstanding.
And we knew you had circled Elijah Cummings as he lived up to the hype for you.
Absolutely, and then some. You got to know where Elijah Cummings is on the field. So, you know, this first touchdown here out of the backfield, they blitz the middle linebacker, so he's not supposed to pick him up. I got to believe the safety, Braylon Singleton, was supposed to go with him. Instead, he doesn't give him up. No one goes with him. Michael Hurst tries to catch him from the other side of the field. It's not going to happen. An easy score. And then this is just wide zone. Excellent blocking by that offensive line of Idaho. And then give it to your good back. Let him find the seam, square those shoulders, and go. Just outstanding play by Elijah Cummings. And outstanding offensive line play for Idaho.
Cummings has had 4 touchdowns over their last 2 games. And Idaho will get the ball to start the second half. Such an interesting first half. At one point, Rini, we had a highlight reel full of special teams plays because the only way that NAU has scored is a blocked punt for a touchdown.
Yeah, so I mean, for Idaho defensively, you're pitching a shutout because that's it. You said it's just the special team score for Northern Arizona. So, you know, if you're head coach Thomas Ford, pretty happy with how your team played in that first half. You're more than kind of happy, you're thrilled.
Again, NAU was looking to win 3 of its last 4 games at least to pad its case for the FCS playoffs. Idaho, it's going to be a long shot for them to make the playoffs. Elijah Cummings gets the first touch of the second half. It's an explosive play as he tumbles across midfield.
You know, we were looking at his numbers in the first half, 52 yards rushing, 1 reception for 25 yards and a touchdown, and I'm thinking, that's pretty good. Well, start the second half out. Said, I'm going to get those numbers going up a little bit. I mean, look at the size of that hole.
He's got a 28-yard pickup, his longest run of the game.
And Nate Azzopardi, number 74, the leader, the left guard of that offensive line, captain and leader. They always seem to run where Big Nate is.
Here's Nate Thomas. Picks up about 3.
And so, you know, you take Elijah Cummings out, that kind of the speed and the quickness. And then Thomas, boy, he really squares those shoulders, comes downhill hard. So it's a good 1-2 punch for Idaho.
And look at the rushing numbers for the Vandals right now. 157 rushing yards compared to just 55 for Northern Arizona. I want to ask you, for this Northern Arizona defense, they don't have Travis Arena, one of their linebackers, tonight. He's out with an injury. How much of an impact is that? Huge,
because he's the leading tackler. So when you lose a tackling machine like Travis Arena, that really hurts you.
Joshua Wood throws it up to Davion Superales, who actually was Wood's backup quarterback in high school. He's never played wide receiver until this year.
Yeah, and nice little route there on the tunnel screen. And that's what you can do when you win the line of scrimmage. You're winning the run game. It opens up other elements of your offense where you can just be wide open. Little tunnel screen there, nice pickup. Hopefully Superales is okay, limping off there.
At the NAU 33. Wood evading a tackle, jumps forward to about the 29-yard line.
I mean, he gained an extra 3 or 4 yards. It looked like Mikhail Greer had him, was holding on for dear life. He was able to break away from that, and then Greer gets up and basically yells at his teammates saying, guys, I'm holding them. I need more help. Get Hats to the ball. They don't do it. He's able to break through there and pick up another 3 or 4 yards.
Joshua Wood is a dual threat guy. They've been trying to limit his design runs to take some hits off of him because he missed 2 games with an injury. Returned in their last game, which was a win over Portland State. Cummings with the spin. Just showing off his quickness and his fast feet.
And that's what really good backs do. Listen, it was about a 2-yard run, but it probably should have been a 3-yard loss. That's what you can do. You can take a loss and make it into a game. This is outside zone. You see, I was giving Big Nate Has a Party a bunch of love. Kind of got beat on that play. That's okay, Nate. But your running back, Elijah Cummings, was able to spin back to the inside and get something out of it, make it 3rd and short here. 3rd manageable.
Idaho tonight 2 for 5 on 3rd down. They're to come in and stop this play as Northern Arizona calls a timeout before the snap.
Timeout. Northern Arizona. Their first of the half. 30 seconds.
Thomas Ford, he's in his first season as the head coach of this Idaho Vandals team, and he's been with the program before, was the running backs coach and the special teams coordinator in the 22 and 23 seasons, trying to identify his culture. But he told us, look, they had a 4-game losing streak. Yeah. They broke that last weekend with a big win over Portland State, and that was like a weight was lifted off the shoulders of this team.
Yeah, and just feels like, they're pretty healthy right now and just in a really good place. It was also interesting talking to Coach Ford because he spent last year at Oregon State, and we asked him last night, was there something you really gained from that helped you this year? And he said, yep, organizational skills, really having everything fine-tuned down in what I want to do in the program.
3rd down. Wood, pass incomplete. Looking for McCraney, 4-down territory here?
I think so, especially with the field goal kicker. They only feel good about, 47 yards. They're within his range, but I think you're aggressive here. You go. Good coverage there by Moten, but yeah, I think, you go. Especially the way you've controlled the line of scrimmage.
Idaho was able to score a touchdown right before the half. Looking to back that up with a score on its opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Wood with pressure. 2 guys chasing him. Still looking for help. Throws it downfield and the pass incomplete. NAU's defense with a 4th down stop. Bobby Nivens applying some pressure on Joshua Wood.
What a play by Joshua Wood just to escape in the first place. Once he got back to his wide side of the field, I'm thinking Joshua Wood's going to keep this, run it for the 1st down. Instead, he tries to throw it. It goes incomplete. A huge stop for Northern Arizona. Their ball on the other side when we come back.
NAU's defense just got a big 4th down stop, and now they'll get the ball for the first time here in the 3rd quarter in Flagstaff. And Ty Pennington, his favorite target is Colby Katzis. Did he have enough touches?
No, not at all. And I think they really need to look at him this half, try to get him going, whether it's jet sweeps, just tunnel screens, bubble screens.
Katzis is number 11 in motion right now for NAU. The pass thrown behind the intended target of Jason Rains.
And that's just a miss by Ty Pennington because he has Jason Rains in that seam route. You got to put that ball in front of him. He throws it behind him. That should have been a big completion there. So they've had misses like that tonight.
And you see Katzis' numbers. He hasn't had a catch since the 9:42 mark in the 1st quarter. Seth Cromwell, monster hole, 1st down. Hard hit, spun down at midfield. They started the game giving Cromwell the football and had success.
And 19 for Idaho. Braden Rice is not going to like this when he sees it on film. He just gets run over by Seth Cromwell. So yeah, if you can't get Katsas going, stick with Cromwell, because they started the game with this. I love lowering the shoulder. There's no rule that says the offensive player can't deliver the blow, and Seth Cromwell just showed you how to deliver a blow with the ball in your hand.
Reeney's about to jump out of the booth.
That's how you
That's
how you finish a run.
At midfield. Looking for Purdy, leaping in the air inside the 15. Excuse me, inside the 25.
And that time, Ty Pennington didn't miss. Looked like he was going to sail on him a little. Purdy goes up and makes that catch, and they're going to go with tempo here.
Cromwell spun down for a loss on the play, drops him back to the 26-yard line by Dylan Lane.
And, in a play like that, Purdy just makes the catch, and then they go tempo, they go fast, and then Purdy missed the block. You got to block the most dangerous defender inside out. He runs by him. The defender, Idaho, comes up and makes an easy tackle. So sometimes when you go super fast, it can mess you up for that next play. Got to be careful.
Already more yards on this drive, their first of the second half, than they had in the second quarter.
And I think that's why they like the tempo. Just stop thinking, just go play.
Pennington pulls it, dropped it, out comes the football. Scooped up by Idaho. Cruz Hepburn cruising down the field. Vandals in the end zone, touchdown. No flags. Frederick Lujan forcing the fumble, and then Cruz Hepburn with the scoop and score.
Well, if you're a Northern Arizona fan, when you see this replay, you're going to be sick to your stomach, because 76 and 72 on the left side of the screen let the defender come right through there, Lujan, to get that strip sack. He just splits the left tackle and left guard.
And Cruz Hepburn was originally committed to Idaho in 2022, but then decided to go play baseball at Lewis and Clark State, and now back at Idaho playing football.
So let's take a look. Right here, left side of the screen, he's right there is Lujan, defensive tackle. He just splits the two, boom. I mean, look at both, 76 is Seth Smith, 72, Ethan Kramer, very experienced, a captain. You just can't let that happen. And then Hepburn says, thank you very much, scoop and score. I mean, you can literally hear a pin drop this Halloween night here in Northern Arizona.
It's getting spooky real quick for Northern Arizona, a team that coming into the night had FCS playoff hopes and chances, but a loss here, it wouldn't drop them out, but it wouldn't help.
And I haven't seen a lot of Idaho's games. I watched some on film reviewing for this game. I gotta believe against the caliber team. Remember, Northern Arizona's a ranked team. They're in the top 25 in the FCS. This is the most complete game. To this point, obviously, we're two and almost half quarters in, but Idaho has played outstanding tonight.
Idaho has not beaten a ranked team this season. On the other side, NAU has won 13 straight against unranked FCS opponents.
And I know each team, each and every year is different, but Idaho, doesn't matter what team they field, they play really well here in Flagstaff.
Idaho's won the last two against Northern Arizona. Last year, of course, the meeting at Idaho, but they won that 23-17. Thomas Ford, when we asked him, what is your culture that you're trying to establish here at Idaho? He said, team, unit, me. You play for the team first, the unit second, and yourselves last. He wants a group that plays together, and he went through that hard stretch, that 4-game losing streak, but he saw this team stay together. That's paying off now. Ty Pennington back to work, trying to shake off what just happened, completes an explosive play to Colby Katsas at midfield.
And that's good if you're a Northern Arizona fan, to get Katsas going. And if you thought they were going with tempo before, they're really going to go now down 26-7.
25-yard pickup. Pennington stepping up in the hole, checks it down to Cromwell. He's close to the marker. They'll mark him a yard short, picks up 9.
And this could be a chance here where you could stretch the field and take a shot. I was going to say to Katzis, but hard to take a shot when he's not in the game.
Gossett has rotated in at running back. They just need a yard here. They'll motion him out. With time, lets it fly to Gossett. It's incomplete. 3rd down on the way. Dylan Lane in coverage.
So they don't take a shot. They do pass it there on 2nd and short, but 3rd and 1 here, I think you bring your big back in and you go get this 1st down first and foremost.
NAU 0 for its last 7 on 3rd down.
Which is not good. So we'll see what Brian Wright, of course, the head coach, calls the plays. See what he dials up here.
Normally 7th in the conference in 3rd down conversion percentage. Gossett's got it. 1st down.
And I like the call, right? Inside zone, go get that 1st down, and then get up. Now you can get back to your tempo. But it's imperative in this game that they score a touchdown on this drive. They really haven't had anything going at all tonight, especially offensively. They got to put the ball in the end zone. Field goal, no good. You got to score a touchdown.
NAU does not have an offensive touchdown. That 7 points on the scoreboard was a blocked punt return for a touchdown. A team that averages about 30 points a game. Pennington overshoots Katzis.
And I know I said you got to get it to Katzis. We agree on that. But you got to pick your battles, right? Essentially triple coverage there. You know, doubled, and then the safety came over late. And just, you know, if you try to force it, you're going to end up throwing an interception. So, you know, when you get one-on-one matchups, you take that all day long because you believe in Katzis that he can win. And he's frustrated as well. You can tell they're kind of out of sync tonight.
Ethan Clough gets a little pop pass coming across on the jet sweep.
Matt Irwin knocks him out of bounds. I mean, just good recognition by Idaho, though. You know, you run that jet sweep pop pass to the boundary. That's to the short side of the field. Just not a lot of real estate. So Idaho's using the sideline as a 12th defender, and Irwin did a nice job. Just come over, knock him out of bounds, and small pickup. Now it's 3rd and long.
Pennington to Stout. 2 yards short of the line needed. Stopped by Zach Wooston.
And you're going here. I mean, again, we talked about it. There's no thought process here for Brian. Right, you go here. But a huge opportunity for Idaho defensively.
They're 1 for 3 on 4th down tonight.
Again, this is an attitude play, right? You're down in this game. You're in the 2nd half. You got to go get this 1st down. You got to move the line of scrimmage.
Pennington looking towards the end zone, and that pass is caught by Jeter Purdy, short of the goal line.
Or you act like you're going to run a little play action and take a shot, which he did. The play call was beautiful, and they're going to go fast here. Try to catch Idaho. Yep.
They got to run Seth Cromwell off the field. He gets off in time. Gossett called on. Pounding into the end zone. Northern Arizona gets that touchdown. A must-have for the Lumberjacks.
And they got it. And they needed it desperately. What a call on 4th down, though. Love the call, by Brian right now. You saw Purdy release, and I thought, man, Pennington's kind of holding the ball a little late, but he was able to throw it. The defender came back, couldn't make the play, gets it down there, and then Gossett finishes it off, but a desperately needed touchdown.
Hunsicker on for the PAT, their first offensive touchdown of the night. 26-14 is the score here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and you love the answer and how they finish off. You get Katzis involved. We talked about it. Get him going. Much needed. Then the tight end, the big play on fourth down. Purdy with a big-time catch. And then you give it to your bigger back, Gossett. Let him finish it off. Northern Arizona on the scoreboard offensively, 26-14. Vandals still lead it.
Northern Arizona just got its first offensive touchdown of the game. Desperately needed that, and now Idaho about to receive the football. The last time Idaho was on offense, they were stopped on fourth down.
Yeah, Idaho drove a little bit, but Northern Arizona got that big stop. So we'll see defensively what they can do on this drive. You know, one of the points of emphasis defensive coordinator Adam Clark told us is we gotta stop the run. You do that by winning up front, getting into your run fits, and tackling well in the box. They really haven't done it to this point. Elijah Cummings, Nate Thomas have really done yeoman's work running the ball for Idaho. Let's see what, you know, differences Northern Arizona can make defensively. What adjustments can they make to slow down the running of Idaho?
So Idaho's going to start this drive on the 25-yard line. Second game in a row that Joshua Wood is back from injury at quarterback. How do you think he's operated this offense?
Looks great. Yeah, I think he's done a nice job spreading the ball around. He's been able to extend plays with his feet, made a few runs, made some nice passes. He looks really good tonight. And he's young too. It's redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, 10 for 16, 108 yards, a couple of touchdowns.
I mean, what I would say is super efficient. He's managed the offense, and listen, every good quarterback needs to be a game manager. That's not a knock. If you're not a game manager, you're not a good quarterback.
Was trying to read, and the defense read it. Alani Maafu.
Well, there you go. That's how you win the line of scrimmage. Maafu right there shoots through from his defensive end spot, gets a TFL tackle for a loss, and
he's somebody that's seen playing time since his freshman year, now a senior, a Scottsdale, Arizona native. Wood heaving it up towards McWilliams, incomplete.
well, they sent a blitz. You're going to be one-on-one in coverage, man coverage. And Beresford was step for step. Excellent coverage there.
Third down, again, a drive where Northern Arizona's defense needed to step up. Can they do it?
So it'll be interesting. They sent pressure on second and long. I don't think they're going to send pressure. I think they're going to simulate it, show it. They're going to drop 8. That's my guess. Try to force an underneath throw, come up and make the tackle, and have them pump. But we'll see. This is what I love, the little chess match here between coordinators.
Wood feeling pressure. Nowhere to throw to. And steps out about the 26-yard line. They were quick to get over there and break up anything, but.
Well, and they sent a blitz, but he was able to get out of it. So you got man under, safety on top. Good coverage, nowhere to go. Now he escapes it, but the linebacker did a nice job getting to him, not letting him get out. Laratson there, 41 for Northern Arizona. So defense did exactly what they needed to do.
Cameron Pope with the punt at Eastman. Has to go back and get it inside the 25-yard line. And steps out around the 28. So Northern Arizona's defense gets a stop. They'll look for 2 scores in a row when they go on offense on the other side of this break.
The next UFC Fight Night is Saturday, exclusively on ESPN+. The prelims begin at 4 Eastern from the Apex in Las Vegas, followed by the main card at 7 Eastern, highlighted by the featherweight main event. You can watch it all on the all-new ESPN app.
Brings me joy when you read a promo, Rini.
Without messing up?
So enthusiastic. Well, Northern Arizona got a score and a stop, and now they're back on offense. They look much better than they did in that second quarter.
They look like they're in a little bit of a good rhythm now.
Ty Pennington with time. Just out of the hands of Colby Katzis.
And that's the ball Colby Katzis catches 98% of the time. This is a good throw by Ty Pennington, kind of drops it in the bucket. And, you know, it's a tough catch over the shoulder, kind of fading towards the sideline, but it hits him in the hands, and he knows he needs to make that catch and just starts to look it in and just pops it up.
For this NAU offense in the first half, 121 total yards. Here in the third quarter, 111 yards so far. And adding to that, still need a couple more yards for the first down, falling forward across the 35-yard line.
And I talked to the coaches about Karan Gossett. They said he's one of those backs that just, he makes the most of every opportunity, every chance he gets. It might be 5 carries, 8 carries, but everyone is hard, makes the most of it, and he's earned playing time this season. Yeah,
it's been the body of work that he's put together, what he's done in practice, and when he's gotten an opportunity, how he's responded to that opportunity. Another touch here for Gossett. Gonna be short. Isaiah King with the tackle.
Yeah, I got a feeling on this 4th down, and I do think they're gonna go. We're not going to see a play action kind of trick play. I think this is, again, attitude play. Let's get some movement. Now they're going to bring some beef in, bringing in some big bodies here. Dare I say maybe even, you know, like the tush push, get some of that big beef behind you, in front of you. We'll see. Kind of hard to do out of the shotgun, though.
They direct snap it to Gossett. Hits the hole hard.
He got stopped.
He did. They're going to mark him short. And Idaho's defense with the stop. Dylan Lane.
Talk about winning the line of scrimmage, right? You got to get push. Idaho defensively, this defensive front has attacked and moved the line of scrimmage back. So, you know, normally Gossett will square those shoulders and fall forward. You saw when he was hit by Dylan Lane, he didn't go forward. He stopped right where that contact went and went back. I mean, what can you say about that Idaho defense? I mean, they've played really well tonight.
A defense that's taken a little bit longer to find who they are and find their identity. Hey, it's going to be Rocco Koch in right now at quarterback, known as a running quarterback for this Idaho team. He'll throw it out, double pass. He'll swing it back to Elijah Cummings.
And Coach Ford told us we were going to see trick plays. We needed to ask him specifics, but we could see this one pretty well. Watch y'all 22. It's a backwards pass there. And then it looks like they're going to go downfield. He goes back. Now, if the one lineman, I think it was Henson, if he could have rolled back and blocked that one defender, there was a bunch of other linemen out front. I think Cummings can take that to the house. But nonetheless, still a big play for Idaho.
Yeah, it's a 15-yard pickup. Koch pass to Wood, Wood pass to Cummings. Nate Thomas skipped up into the air. Mark him at the 20.
And all these backs on both sides do a really nice job of finishing runs.
And for Idaho, it's been Elijah Cummings and Nate Thomas getting all those carries tonight. They've been the two they've rotated through. Thomas still out there next to Joshua Wood. Wood to the air, picked off. Taken away by Quentin Moten, his 3rd interception of the season.
And I mean, that's how you play it perfectly by Quentin Moten. He's on the hip of the receiver, sees the ball, and is able to undercut, break off that hip, and make a diving catch. Clearly looks like he caught the ball to me. Big time play, and what a time for a takeaway for that Northern Arizona defense, and a red zone stop where been their bugaboo this season.
Quentin Moten was at UNLV for 2023. He entered the portal after that season and couldn't find a home. Did not play football last year, and then found a place at Northern Arizona. He has come back even more grateful for his opportunity. Cromwell gains 3 before he's pushed back. And that's a couple of times already in this third quarter that Northern Arizona's defense has had big stops on 4th down and then the INT.
Yeah, especially there, you feel like, okay, Idaho, they got the stop. They're going to go in and score, extend this lead, and then, boy, Moten with a big-time interception.
Powering forward is Cromwell to the 27. That should tick us down at the end of the third quarter. Stopped by Dylan Lane.
This is the end of the third quarter. Timeout on the field.
Got a lot of action in the third quarter. Started with a little scoop and score.
It's been a great game. The strip sack. That Byrne picks it up, takes it to the end zone, and then give Northern Arizona credit. They come back, but then Moten with a big interception. Come back for the 4th. This is a great game.
There's been a lot of tricks and treats in this game so far. Northern Arizona blocked a punt for a touchdown, had a rushing touchdown in the third quarter. Idaho scored 26 unanswered points, but then the Northern Arizona defense came up big, and I don't know what's happening right now. There you go. Ty Pennington tosses it out to Purdy. What was the little pre-snap?
Yeah, it's just, you're just not giving the defense, showing them the formation that you're going to come out in. You break out of that single foul line quickly, and then you run your play. And they wanted to try to stretch it down the field in the middle. Good job by Idaho, but found Purdy for the first down in the flat.
Back to Purdy. 2 catches in a row for the young tight end. Marked a little bit short of the first down. What's changed with Northern Arizona's offense here in the second half?
Well, they're spreading the ball out sideline to sideline, right? So that causes the defense to defend the entire width of the field and get that running game going again with Cromwell and Gossett. So a good mixture of play calls from Brian Wright this half.
They've already had more yards in this half than they did in the entire first half. Ty Pennington right down the middle of the field to his guy, Colby Katzis, touchdown, 57 yards. Both Pennington and Katzis were at Pitt State with Brian Wright and followed him to Northern Arizona.
We knew it was only a matter of time before Katzis would get going. Let's say a 57-yard touchdown reception. He's going.
Not even his longest catch of the season, by the way. That was 88 yards.
And you asked difference in the second half, too. They've gone to Katzis targets. Maybe, he had to drop, but they've fed him the ball. They've gone to him, and he's going to make some big plays and got a bunch of flags down. His tempers are flaring a little bit here. Katzis in the slot and just runs. And, the safety who's on the far hash was supposed to rotate over and help, but Katzis was too fast, got on top of him too quick. And a good throw by Pennington.
Number 5 of the defense, the 15.
That was on Maurice Himes of Idaho.
Timeout.
And that hurts, right? Because now you're kicking the ball off from the 50, so you can get creative here. If you're in Northern Arizona, not necessarily onside kick, but you could pooch it. You could do a lot of stuff, or you could just say, I'm going to bash it 10 yards deep out of the end zone too, and not give them a chance. So we'll see what they do here.
Northern Arizona, who led this game 7-0 before giving up 26 unanswered points. They're now down just by 5 with a ton of time left.
And we talked about just kind of, you know, Northern Arizona was kind of flat in the first half. They came out here, different team in the second half, making plays on offense, and you feel a little more life in them and their sideline for sure.
An important game for them, looking to get to that 8-win mark. They need to win 3 of their last 4. That includes this game tonight. And they do get a little creative with the kickoff. It hops into the hands of Higgins. Swarmed at the 20. Brought down at the 22. Well, the playmakers we talked about at the beginning of this game were Elijah Cummings and Colby Katzis, and here's how their numbers are shaping up so far tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, Cummings has been everything we thought he would be, with the yards rushing, yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. Katzis was slow. They didn't really go to him early, but they've gone to him late and targeted him. So it's always nice when the 2 players you kind of highlight, you know, are going to be an impact in the game, and they both have been an impact in this game for sure.
Idaho scored 19 points in the second quarter. They don't have an offensive score in the second half. It was a scoop and score. And there's Cummings just bulldozing his way up to the 25-yard line, stopped by Jalen Wesley.
We haven't talked about Wesley a lot. He's kind of the leader, vocal leader on the back end, number 11 for Northern Arizona. He's the communicator, gets the calls down in the back end.
And listening to Jalen Wesley talk this week, he said we should play with our chip on our shoulder. There's been some games this season they feel like they should have won.
Yeah.
Just one more play here or there. Can they make the one more play tonight? Play action for Wood. Lets it fly up top to Gabe Hoffman. First down and more to the 44.
And Gabe Hoffman's a big target, 6'6", 250, true tight end. Down that seam, tough to miss him, tough to overthrow him too with those long arms. It's a good play fake by Joshua Wood, puts it on the big tight end. Nice chunk play for Idaho.
And Rini, that's his first career catch.
Yeah, so there you go. Big target, good catch. First of many for the young tight end, I believe.
Wood gets it out quick, but too fast. Jesiaro dropped it.
Yeah, it just seemed like the ball got on Jesiaro so fast. You want to catch that ball with your hands. You don't want it to get into your body, and he couldn't get his hands up and triangle catch it like you should. Instead, he gets into his body and just comes right off his shoulder pads.
Number 89 is a guy that they're very excited about. He actually started fall camp 6th or 7th on the depth chart and has emerged as one of their as their top target.
Said he's been the biggest surprise for sure. He's a vertical threat as well. Good speed.
He's at the very bottom of your screen. Wood towards McWilliams. No flag out as Mikey Beresford in the coverage.
Yeah, Beresford's had some nice coverage today, and they're letting them play on both sides of the ball, which I love. We're not getting any ticky-tack flags from this Big Sky crew. I love it. But the corners and the nickels that have been locked up in man-to-man coverage for both sides have been playing exceptional tonight.
NAU's defense has stepped up in the second half. Can they get another third down stop? Idaho's 2 for 7 on third down. Wood in all kinds of trouble. Looking for Thomas, incomplete.
Well, they simulated blitz. Looked like they were going to send 5 or 6. They dropped them all, only sent 3, 8 in coverage. Joshua Wood is just outstanding in extending plays. His receiver comes back, tries to make the play and can't, but let's just watch this in full speed.
I mean, using the entire field.
And really a ball that probably should have been caught by Nate Thomas. I know he's a running back, but Joshua Wood put it right where it needed to be.
Pope to punt, Eastman back for NAU. Eastman drugged down at the 15. Northern Arizona's defense coming up with another big stop. Can their offense continue to roll? Well, Northern Arizona started this game and just looked a little lackluster in the first half. Wow, here in the second half, they've woken up.
And it's exactly what they needed to do. Get in at halftime, make some adjustments, get a little pep talk, and come out and play a little better, and they have.
Yeah, Ty Pennington in the second half, 9 for 13, 169 yards and a touchdown. Their defense has gotten a couple of big stops. They've scored 14 points here in the second half. Down by 5. Jason Raines has the first down.
And the play fake there from Pennington, putting it in the belly of Cromwell, was so good that the linebackers bit up, especially Isaiah King, number 4, and that gives a really nice throwing lane for Pennington.
Cromwell wrapped up by Idaho's defense, starting with Isaiah King.
And you see how aggressive King is coming up there, stopping the run. That's why if you got a play fake called and you can pull it, you might be able to get a chunk play behind him. Of course, Dylan Lane, captain.
Pennington throwing it to Katzis. Takes it up the far sideline, leaps out of bounds near the marker. He's a yard short.
We had a lot of time there. Good job up front by the offensive line. Really wanted, there was a long over route to where he wanted to go. Was covered well by Idaho, but Pennington had all time to throw, and really going back to Katzis, it was like his 4th read to dump it down to him, and they pick up 9 yards, almost get, or not 9, but pick up a yard short of the first down, and very manageable 3rd and 1 here.
We've seen a bigger emphasis to get Colby Katzis touches here in the second half. Cromwell up the middle, first down, plus 3 more. Matt Irwin with the tackle. So Brian Wright, the head coach and the play caller, moving this Lumberjack crew down the field. Beautiful running lane for Seth Cromwell, gives him the first down all the way to the 45-yard line.
Talked about that quickness and elusiveness of Elijah Cummings. Seth Cromwell's got that too. Low center of gravity, good build, plants that left foot in the ground, squares his shoulders, and goes with quickness up the middle.
And NAU will go with quickness as well. Back to Cromwell. Gains 2 more.
Gets down to the Idaho 43-yard line. 2nd down and 8 after a gain of 2.
Cromwell 15 carries for 109 yards. That's a new season high for him this year. Pennington fires up top. Batted away by Deuce Blendman, but he might be in trouble as the flag comes out.
That's the first PI we've had today. They've been letting him play, but Blendman clearly pulled him.
Number 0, the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Jason Raines was the intended target, the transfer from Stanford.
Yeah, and just great recognition by Ty Pennington. Saw where the one-on-one was and watch 0. Blendman just gonna grab him. It's back shoulder. You see that grab right there. It's an easy call by the official and the right call.
So that puts the ball on the 28-yard line. They pop it up in the air to Colby Katzis. Touchdown NAU. Back in the lead for the first time since the second quarter.
And I love that play call. And obviously Northern Arizona go for 2 here. Try to get up by 3, but man, again, get Katz's touches. We saw a 57-yard touchdown pass down the middle. That time, little end around. Great blocking. Connor Dupree, 57, was out in front. Love to see it, but let's see what they got for the 2-point conversion here. Much different team here. Northern Arizona's second half from the first half.
They've woken up. NAU 1 for 2 on 2-point conversions. Penning had time, but the lights went out.
And he caught the ball. He caught the ball in the dark. He clearly caught. That is I've never seen that in my life. The home team.
As soon as he released the ball, the lights went out inside the Skydome.
That's a Sports Center top 10 play.
Well, how?
He caught that ball. Replay can look at it.
I know, but do you have to redo this?
I don't think so. In the middle of the play, the home team shut the lights off on their own team.
The ruling field is that the light went out in the middle of the play. The try will be replayed.
Yeah, I thought so.
I can't speak educated on it because I've never seen that before. I get it before the snap. I mean, they're all playing, all 22 players are playing in the dark. There's not an advantage for one team over the other, is my point. That's all I'm saying. Now, if that's the rule.
I know, but it's still a disadvantage to the defense. If you can't see, all of a sudden the ball disappears.
But is it more of a disadvantage for the defense or the offense? Because the
offense. It doesn't matter. We're going to replay it.
I know. I love arguing with you.
It's a disadvantage for both.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage for everyone, including the announcers.
Yeah. So they'll replay the 2-point try.
I love how he said the ruling on the field is the lights went off.
That's my favorite ruling on the field ever. And he did it with one hand. Joey Stout. I think he scooped this with one arm.
This game's wild.
We got to see the 2-point play. With the lights on.
Lights on. Stout says, doesn't matter. One-handed, gets the separation, brings it into his body. And how about the end around at Katzis? We knew they'd get him going. They needed him late. All of a sudden, Northern Arizona leads it 29-26 in the fourth.
ESPN College Football is presented by Ram, official sponsor of the College Football Playoff.
Well, Colby Katzis, couple of touchdowns. Their playmaker has stepped up in just the right moment. And the end of this schedule is so important for Northern Arizona. You feel like 8 is the magic number when it comes to wins and making the FCS playoffs, which they did last season. These are their 3 remaining games, so they would need, including tonight, would need to win 3 of the last 4.
And remember, this year, there used to be 10 automatics, conference champions, 14 at large. Now there's only 13 at large because the Ivy League is now participating in the FCS playoffs. So there's 11 conference champions, 13 at larges, so one less at large. So every win so vitally important down the stretch if you're trying to make the playoffs.
NAU just retook the lead for the first time since the second quarter. It's still a lot of time left in this ball game, over 8 minutes to go. What's changed for Idaho in the second half offensively?
Yeah, I just kind of like NAU in the first half, just that lack of consistency, getting it going. Haven't been able to get drives going.
Joshua Wood having to run for his life, drop for a loss of 5. Ramir Davis.
And I will say this as well. It feels like and looks like Adam Clark, the defensive coordinator for Northern Arizona, has got more aggressive this half, sent more blitzes, trying to keep Joshua Wood in the pocket and get to him and make tackles. So defense for Northern Arizona, which has kind of struggled this year, they've played a much better second half as well. The whole team has played better in the second half for NAU.
And one of the keys Coach Clark gave us was contain the quarterback. They're putting, a lot more pressure on Joshua Wood. Outside the pocket, letting it go. It was a low pass to McWilliams.
And they called it complete. It looked like it hit the ground.
I thought it did too.
But you know what? It's not a big gain. And the clock keeps running, so.
They still need to get to the 35-yard line, about 8 yards away. Oh, that hit the ground.
I'm with you, Court, but we're not the replay official, so. Yeah, they hurt us, I think.
Well, NAU's calling a timeout here.
So the NAU radio booth is right next to us. They are losing their minds because they believe it was incomplete because it did look like it hit the ground.
Yeah.
Timeout. Northern Arizona. They're challenging the previous play and the ruling of a catch.
So just so people know, the ball can touch the ground as long as it doesn't help you catch it. So we'll talk about it on the other side, but I believe that was incomplete. We'll see.
Call on the field, was it a catch? We got the review when we come back. So they will overturn this call. It is not a catch, and NAU is going to keep their timeout and retain their challenge.
Yeah, it's the ball definitely hit the ground, bounced up, helped him catch it, and so, yeah, there's some good yardage there, backed up for Northern Arizona.
And so Idaho is going to be on their own 20. They need to get to the 35-yard line here on 3rd and long. What deep shot down the sideline. Nolan McWilliams was speeding towards it, couldn't get there.
And he had McWilliams, again, they were almost in a prevent defense, was Northern Arizona, trying to get the underneath pass. Again, if you don't keep Joshua Wood in the pocket, once he gets outside, then the scramble rules apply. McWilliams is coming across the field, and he's got him. If he puts it on him, they're going to pick this first down up. Just can't put it on him, overthrows. If he underthrows that ball, McWilliams comes back, makes that catch, and they pick up that first down, but it goes for naught. And another stop here for NAU defensively.
And Pope has to punt. Eastman calls for the fair catch. Well, Rini, you were talking a little bit about it earlier, how the FCS playoffs break down. It's a field of 24.
Yeah, which I love. And I love that the Ivy League is now participating.
I was going to say, welcome to the Ivy League.
Yeah, because those kids always wanted to play in it, and they finally said, all right, we're gonna play now. So 11 conference champions, 13 at large. It's really a great playoff field. It's a lot of fun.
And both of these teams were playoff teams last year. It's kind of an outside shot that Idaho could make it, but Northern Arizona definitely has a chance.
Big Sky is arguably the best conference in FCS, and there's a couple other ones out there, but 5 teams from the Big Sky made it to the playoffs last year. And there's Harvard. Let the smart kids in.
You can see the selection show on our ESPN networks on November 23rd. Renee will be on that.
It's always a fun morning. The brackets come out, but there's always, you know, 2 or 3 teams that are just devastated, right?
Of course.
Just always, and you know, from volleyball and all the, I mean, it doesn't matter what sport it is, selection show, it's like teams are really happy, and then there's some that are just really heartbroken.
Well, Northern Arizona had given up 26 unanswered points. They've had to battle back here in the second half.
And then remember, they were going tempo before, now they want to just chew this clock up. Take time, let that play clock get to at least 3 before you snap it, Ty Pennington.
He'll line up with Cromwell behind him. Seth Cromwell here. No chance on a play. Hayden John met him immediately. No gain.
Yeah, and John's a safety, so he's up there in the box. Coming right across the line of scrimmage to make that play. Now, I get it, you want to use time, and I'm all for that. Can't get too conservative, though, because you've been really good the last few drives.
Yeah, you're up, but only up 3.
Let's keep an eye on Katzis right there. He's been the go-to guy here in the second half.
It's caught by Joey Stout. There is a flag down at the 50. They mark Stout out.
I think they're going to call offensive pass interference. Yeah, they are, and this is a big one. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Pass interference. Number 8, the offense. 15-yard penalty. Down.
It's my Seth Curry, and he knew right away, too, because when he saw the flag, he threw his hands down. Let's take a look at it. It's going to be right down here. Watch this combination right here. Yeah, and that's a good call. You can't throw a pick like that and hit him. You just got to run your route and just kind of get in the way, shield him. That's a really good call by the field judge, and the proper call.
So it becomes 3rd and 21. Pennington obviously not anywhere close to what they needed. Just Koyak with the stop.
Yeah, and that's just, you know, quarterback draw, see what you can get, play the field position game, keep the clock running. Now you got to get a good punt here, and you got to turn around and play defense, but the right call. See if Idaho can take advantage of it now. They get the stop. See what kind of field position they can come up with.
Nolan McWilliams back with DeQuilla on to punt for NAU. Idaho has not scored here in the 4th quarter. They don't have an offensive touchdown in the 4th quarter. And McWilliams tripped up immediately. Well, Saturday's SEC on ABC college football triple header. Texas hosting Diego Pavia and Vandy at noon Eastern, and then Georgia and Florida square off. Finally, Tennessee's hosting Oklahoma. Each game also available on the all-new ESPN app.
How good have the SEC on ABC games been this year?
So fun.
It's so good, and then now so meaningful on top of good games. So a lot riding on the last 4 weeks here this season.
I'm not sure at the start of the year Vanderbilt, Texas would have been on my bingo card for SEC on ABC today, tomorrow, but
and
love it.
Vanderbilt would be favorite.
Yeah, I know. Just off the fingertips of McCraney. That would have been a first down.
Not only a first down, there's a good chance McCraney's off to the races with that one. That's a good throw by Joshua Wood. Good route. It's just McCraney can't pull it in. But there was no safety on the other side of the field, so McCraney catches this. It's a foot race with Mikhail Greer, excuse me.
Woods started 10 for 14, but since then, 2 for 12 with an interception. Pulls it from Cummings. Wood around the edge, first down.
That's a good pull. That's really the first time, I think, on zone read where Joshua Woods actually pulled it and kept it himself, and really nice job, nice pickup.
He gains 12 yards on it. At their own 37. It was snapped to Cummings. Spun out of a tackle, first down across midfield.
And Idaho's obviously thinking touchdown. Let's go win this game. But if you're at home and you're thinking field goal to tie it, Owen Adams, about 47 yards is where coach feels comfortable. That's the 30-yard line. So 30-yard line's their target to get into field goal range, but they're moving the ball really nicely right now.
Elijah Cummings has hit the 100-yard mark, 10 carries, 101 yards in this game. Well past his season high that was set last week of 65. Nate Thomas, what a great 1-2 punch they've had with Cummings and Thomas.
And Thomas just kind of lowers those shoulders, brings that power. So you're out there with Cummings thinking, all right, elusiveness, got to kind of corral him, and then Nate Thomas says, I'm going to take it downhill right at you.
And then take it down to the 2-minute timeout here?
Yeah, absolutely. Time is on their side.
Idaho does have 3 timeouts. NAU has 2. And the 2-minute timeout on the way. Idaho trying to drive down and score. 2 minutes to go. Well, Idaho has the ball marching down the field. They're trying to get, if they want to kick a field goal to tie this thing up to the 30-yard line would be the target. But they've got time to push it further than that. Still need 1 more yard to move the chains. Offensively, what's been some good options for Idaho to move the ball down the field?
Well, much like they finished the first half, right? They didn't panic. They took their time. Kind of the same situation they're in here, except this is to win the game or tie it. So stick with the run game. Mix in the pass with it, but you don't have to just get away from the run, especially here 3rd and short. You power it here.
And this NAU defense has been really solid in the second half. This is Kinchinlo. Haven't called his name yet tonight, but he converts.
How about the first carry of the night for him? He's more the fullback type. He's a 235-pounder. Battering ram comes in, gets a big-time carry there. So now they're right on the outside of the range for Owen Adams, but they're thinking win the game now. You might want to go a little quicker here. Just a little bit, a little pep in your step.
If you're NAU, are you thinking about using timeouts?
Yeah, I think not. Once they feel like they're in field goal range, I think NAU will start using their timeouts.
Again, their field goal ideal would be inside the 30-yard line would be the goal to get. And Elijah Cummings just got them there. He falls forward to the 28. And Idaho's going to use a timeout.
And there's no doubt Northern Arizona obviously scouted them and knows what the field goal range is as well. So Idaho's right where they want to be now. Now that they're in range, I think they're going to take some shots passing the ball. They're going to try to score a touchdown here. You don't want to settle for a field goal in overtime when you're close to the red zone and a chance to win it. You use the timeout there. You still got 2, so the entire field is open to you. Again, clock stops after first downs to reset the chains, but with 2 timeouts, your whole playbook is open to Matt Linehan, the offensive coordinator.
How do you feel about Joshua Wood's arm?
It's good. I think he's been fine. Now, you know, he had that one interception.
He is 0 for his last 6.
Yeah.
This would be the time to change that.
Yes.
Cummings behind him. Elijah Cummings looking for a hole, bounces to the outside. Quentin Moten, who already has an interception tonight, gets the stop.
And you love to see DBs that can cover and have interceptions. Moten has 3, come up and run support. And this is a tackle for a loss that's huge because it pretty much knocks them right back to their field goal kicker, Owen Adams' range. Big time tackle by Quentin Moten. And if Moten misses that tackle, you know Cummings is around the edge. He's gonna pick up 5, 6, 7 yards at least and get out of bounds.
Interesting, too, to note in the kicking game for Idaho, they've had 3 different specialists kick field goals this year, but recently Owen Adams has won the job. He's 3 for 5 on the season. His career long is 44. Third down at the 29-yard line. Wood looking to throw to Elijah Cummings by himself. First down and more. Tiptoeing down that far sideline inside the 5. He has gotten loose all night.
And we talked about it in the first half. If anyone's going to get loose, it shouldn't be Elijah Cummings. It's very similar to the first half, except the linebacker was running with him there to try to get out and cover him and just got caught up in the wash in the middle with the traffic. It was Trey Brown, number 30 for Northern Arizona, just could not get out there. And another big-time catch by Elijah Cummings.
It's a 27-yard gain, his 4th play of 20.
14-yard line. It'll be a first down for Idaho there.
So they're going to move this back to the 14. That's where Elijah Cummings stepped out. 4 plays tonight for Cummings of 20 or more yards.
Yeah, and I'm assuming they got to reset the play clock because the clock would stop when he stepped out of bounds. So we'll see how much time is on the clock when he stepped out. Yep, you saw that. Oh boy, just that left heel, that left back heel just went out of bounds.
And I think they're going to stop it here to adjust that time.
Yeah,
the clock's still showing 29 seconds.
And that's what they're, I think, yeah, you gotta, because the clock obviously kept running until he went down to the 2-yard line. So they got to make sure the clock is right for both sides.
Yeah.
Game clock operator, due to the fact that the player stepped out of the 14-yard line, please put 31 seconds on the clock. Thank you.
So 31 seconds. Idaho has 1 timeout remaining. Northern Arizona has 2. That's showing at 32 seconds.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, 2 seconds to go. He was fast. Don't call him Turbo for nothing.
At the 14. Wood's got to go. Looking in the end zone. Incomplete.
And we've talked about the red zone struggles, right, this year defensively for NAU. It's a big time chance here for their defense to step up and get a stop. And we've already seen 1 interception in the red zone by Moten tonight. And that one, boy, kind of dangerous, right? Joshua Wood kind of throws that into traffic with a couple receivers, but a lot of blue jerseys around it.
Yeah, NAU's defense had allowed opponents 25 of 25 in the red zone until their last game. Wood's gonna go. Gets rid of it and dropped down by Dom Roush. 3rd down.
And it was a good job by Joshua Wood not to take that sack. Saw a receiver, put it there.
So the clock stops with 19 seconds.
So you're in field goal range right for your Idaho. So let's dial up your best pass play where you feel comfortable with Joshua Wood and your receivers. You can get a 1st down at the 4.
They're 4 for 11 on 3rd down tonight. Wood just going to go. There's a flag in the backfield.
Right, that looks like it's in the area of holding. It's been a clean game, and I don't think we've had a holding call tonight.
I don't think that we have.
Yeah, I don't think we have, which is amazing.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah. I've never done a game where the lights have gone off, and there wasn't a holding call.
Well, there's one now.
And there is one now. They ruined it.
To the offense. It'll be a 10-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
So the official was asking Brian Wright because it would have been 4th down, but I agree. You back him up here. Number 50, left side. It's going to be right there. Let me get out of here. Get that out of here. It was close. It was close, and it was Fo Ho Ching that forced the holding.
So ball's at the 24, of course, still in field goal range here for Idaho, but 3rd and 20. Wood out to Cummings.
And let's not forget, Court, a kick's been blocked today by NAU. That was an extra point, but that kick was a little low, so they get good penetration up front, and so they're within his range, but I wouldn't call this a chip shot for Owen Adams.
And Owen Adams again, 3 for 5. This will be a 41-yard attempt, and they blocked a PAT earlier. A 42-yard attempt, and NAU's going to call timeout.
And they snapped it.
Their second at 30 seconds.
They snapped it, if you're watching, and he kicked it, and it went through. So
yeah.
I'm almost like, I don't know if I kicked that there if I'm him, but I guess he feels
I've
good.
heard that you do go ahead and try to get the kick off.
I guess it's every kicker, right? Individual. But I mean, he feels real good about it. He just drilled it, so just stand up and do it again. Now, there was no rush coming at him, so. And he's got an extra 2 minutes to think about it here.
A 42-yard attempt is on deck for Owen Adams. His career long has been this season at 44. This would tie the game.
He looked good on that kick.
Yep.
There's no problem.
O.J. Harm is the holder. Owen Adams to kick. It's good, and we're tied.
It's fitting this game goes to overtime.
I was going to say, how about a little overtime on Halloween?
Absolutely. I mean, the craziness we've seen in this game, especially in the second half, I can't wait to see what we see in overtime.
A 42-yard field goal from Owen Adams. We are tied up and going to extras. Overtime on the way when we come back to Flagstaff.
It's crunch time. In the first overtime, each team gets a possession starting at the opponent's 25-yard line. If it goes to a second overtime, teams again start at the 25-yard line, but must attempt a two-point conversion after a touchdown with no extra points allowed. From the third overtime on, teams alternate two-point conversion attempts from the 3-yard line until the game is decided.
Overtime in Flagstaff. A 42-yard field goal by Idaho tied this up and sent us to overtime. Idaho won the toss. They will go on defense first. So Northern Arizona will start at the 25-yard line. We've seen a little bit of everything in this game. Idaho scored 26 unanswered points in the first half, and then Northern Arizona had 15 points in the fourth quarter. That 42-yard field goal is what sent us to OT.
Yeah, it's been an exciting game. A lot of plays made on both sides.
And Northern Arizona's offense got much better in the second half.
And got Colby Katzis going, which was a big part of that.
And number 11, and he's going to start this overtime lined up at the top of your screen.
Right here, it's Katzis.
Pennington pulls it. Ty Pennington tripped up or he was going to be gone. Stopped by Matt Irwin.
Yeah, and then you see Pennington a little gimpy as he takes that hit from Irwin, but a good pull, good read by Pennington, and I thought he was going to score here. So Irwin comes over. We got to keep an eye on Pennington here.
Yeah, it's his right leg, and he is still trying to walk it off as he gets in formation here. Ball at the 11. Joey Stout. Inside the 5, flag.
Looks like they're going to call Hayden Doherty 82 with a hold, but I thought it was a good block at first.
Holding.
Look.
Number 82, the offense. It'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Remains first down.
Well, now we're getting some holding calls. You know, normally if
Game clock operator, please put 0 time on the game clock rather than 1 minute.
In the scoreboard in the dome, it said 1 minute on the clock.
Yeah, low part. Yeah, and it's right there. And actually, when I look at it there on replay, that was a hold. So that's a good call. The young tight end just has to know, you just shield him with your body. You can't, yeah, you can see how he's wrapped him there. That's a good call.
And backs him up to the 13-yard line. They go pistol set here with Cromwell behind Pennington. Seth Cromwell diving forward to the 10. Hepburn with the stop.
We had the old 1st and 12. That's Sickos committee stuff. They love those downs.
Ryan Wright, the head coach and the play caller. First overtime game that either team has played this year. Pennington got rocked. Matthias McLean.
And McLean's been tremendous tonight. Even when he's not been making plays in terms of on the stat sheet, he's been moving the line of scrimmage. He's been a beast, number 89 right there. And where Pennington kind of didn't even see him coming. He had pressure coming from the back as well.
He had Joey Stout out in the flat, just ran out of time to check it down to him. It's a loss of 10.
Couldn't get it to him.
So now 3rd and 19.
It's Donovan Parham, too, that came from the other end. It's always nice when both ends meet at the quarterback.
Timeout. Northern Arizona. Their timeout for the period, 30 seconds.
So now what are you talking about if you're Northern Arizona right now with 3rd and basically Phoenix?
So at the very least, right, you got to get points here. So you can't go backwards. You'd love to get this first down to keep this drive alive, but again, it's 3rd and 19. So call a play that you feel comfortable with. Try to pick some yardage up. High percentage that maybe a player of yours, one of your athletes, can break a tackle and make it happen. But if worst case scenario, you got to come out of here with 3. Because if you don't, Idaho gets the ball, a field goal wins it for them. So at the very least, a field goal here. You know, maybe a tunnel screen, bubble screen to Katzis. I'd like to put the ball in Katzis' hands, honestly, somehow. He's on the inside of the formation to the trips. He's going to come in motion now.
Pennington looking towards Katzis and throws it away. So this would be about a 37-yard field goal attempt for Samuel Hunsicker, who is well within his range.
And just good defense on the back end. I mean, at 3rd and 19, I would have almost liked to seen like one of the little pop pass, jet sweeps again, put it in Katz's hands, see if he can do something, but goes incomplete. Now he got to get this field goal here.
So it'll be a 38-yard field goal for Hunsicker. His career long is 50. Missed from 51 earlier tonight. It's up and in. So now Idaho can win it with a touchdown.
Yeah, so, and that's why, you know, people wonder, you choose defense first, because you always want to know what your offense needs to do to either extend the game or go out and win it. So now they know a touchdown wins it.
For Idaho, they haven't won against a ranked opponent yet this season. At one point, they had lost 4 in a row. Right now, they're just trying to win out and see what happens when it comes to the FCS playoffs.
And for Thomas Ford, a new coach taking over this program, this is the type of win that you need against a ranked team on the road to really jumpstart you. I mean, the program, Idaho's program, you know, traditionally has been great. But for him as the new head coach, this is a marquee win for him to jumpstart this program if they can get it done tonight.
If you're Northern Arizona, you have got to know where Elijah Cummings is, number 20.
Maybe even a couple people know where he is.
Right now, he's in the backfield next to Joshua Wood. And they get in the football right away. There's a hole for Elijah Cummings. Short. Marked at the 1. Thought he might have stretched it out. It was close.
He thought he scored. The field judge said no. We'll get a great look at it.
The ball goes inside the pylon.
So he gets goal line extended if he hits the pylon. Question is, did his foot touch before that? I couldn't see from there. You need obviously clear and obvious. But, you know, normally the games we call replay would stop and look at this.
And I think they are.
Idaho, their timeout for the period.
Yeah, see, the foot definitely touched out of bounds, and I think it clearly did before he hit the pylon, so I think it was a good call, good spot by the field judge. It's a good call. And again, replay looks at every play. I don't want to, you know, pound on replay. They don't necessarily have to stop it for further review if they have a good look. And we had a good look on it before that foot touched down, before that ball broke the plane and where he would get goal line extended. So that's a good spot, 1 yard line.
I mean, Elijah Cummings is a major reason why Idaho.
Yeah, we got a great look there. Good job by our crew. Great camera work. Now, if it's me,
Give it to Cummings.
give it to Cummings. If not, Nate Thomas. It's got to be one of those two, Cummings or Nate Thomas. Now they got the big fullback in there as well.
A touchdown wins it. Cummings not in the game.
Yeah, the big fullback's in that had the one carry earlier.
Kinchin low. Waiting for the signal.
He's in.
Touchdown. Idaho wins.
Ruling on the field is Idaho for a touchdown. Ball game is over.
On the road in overtime against a ranked opponent. Idaho gets it done on Halloween.
It didn't look like it in the second half. Northern Arizona took control, and it looked like, okay, they're going to hold on to win it. But look at the fight from Idaho to, first off, go down, get the field goal to send it to overtime with no time left. Defensively hold Northern Arizona's offense, who was really humming there in the second half, to a field goal in overtime, and then go down and get a touchdown and win the game.
How does this impact Northern Arizona's playoff hopes?
Doesn't help them, but I don't think they're out of it yet, but they have to win out. They have to win out.
Maybe Idaho's turned a corner here. They had lost 4 in a row. Now they've won 2 in a row. They've won 3 in a row overall over Northern Arizona. Arizona. And on this Halloween night, where we saw a lot of tricks and some treats, in overtime, Idaho gets the job done 35-32 over NAU.